Hello, Captain. It's really nice to see you again. There's not much I regret about handing off interview duties to Wichita, but, well, never mind. I hope you're doing well. But I'm here on business. I've been asked to help you familiarize yourself with our Sortie reporting system, as well as a few of the surrounding systems. I have to say, it's looking really good. We've had some trouble getting one or two of the bells to stay quiet while we test it all out, but, you know, I can live with that. Anyway, please join me over here so we can start things off. To begin with, I've been told you need to sign in as a guest. I think it's just so we don't have to file the paperwork the way we would if your signature was everywhere. But whatever, I hope you'll have patience with it. Use whatever fake name you like, though be warned that I have dibs on Guesty von Gesterwick. Very good. Now, Boise has strongly requested that you choose her as your starting ship. Next, we're just giving you a quick glance at the fleet selection interface here. It's fairly intuitive, I think. Just grab Scharnhorst's card from that right panel and drag it over to your Fleet 1 lineup there on the left. As the fleet's only battleship, she's flagship by default. You can check out her tactics by clicking that icon in the upper left corner of the screen, though I'm afraid you can't order her to change them just yet. Okay? Fantastic. Guesty von Gesterwick couldn't have done it better. Now, with your permission, let's take a look at one of your actual campaigns. We'll streamline it a bit for time, but it should still be a solid introduction to the Sortie system. You'll recall that we selected waters around New Guinea and the Solomon Islands for our patrols. There were 3 open missions available, one in the Solomon Sea, more or less, one east of New Ireland, and, well, the Bismarck Sweep, which you ultimately selected. You had 2 fleets available, and of course there were 2 Morgana fleets in the area as well, though we didn't have those numbers at the time. You'll remember that both of your fleets entered the field together, in a space represented by a single node there on the south of our battle map. See it? That node off to the northeast was your designated exit point, the one in green. You seem to have had no interest in going there whatsoever. You split the fleets at the start of the sweep. Fleet 1 went east and ran into trouble. So let's look at that first battle. We're going to show it at our default speed, and that means you're going to see it play out in glorious detail. I'll mostly keep quiet while you watch, though if I see anything that looks like it deserves explanation, I'll, do my best.
Wie kümmern wir uns am besten dieses Problem?
Delusion and Sin are both aircraft carriers, and regional weather conditions were, flat calm. So our side was extremely lucky to encounter them at night, when their bombers were grounded.
Schließlich bin ich die beste Schützin der ganzen Flotte.
If you'd gotten to your starting point 5 or 6 hours later, you might have been hit by an airstrike before you even had a chance to engage.
Yes! Potrei far questo tutto il giorno. Yes!
Good shot! Die zu sehen, brauchte ich noch nicht einmal mein Fernglas.
Oh, I should say that we didn't actually record the Morgana's banter. So you'll have to imagine them trying to undermine morale and being generally creepy for the time being.
Schließlich bin ich die beste Schützin der ganzen Flotte. Schließlich bin ich die beste Schützin der ganzen Flotte.
Potrei far questo tutto il giorno.
Let's go! Schließlich bin ich die beste Schützin der ganzen Flotte.
Let's go! Good shot!
Wie kümmern wir uns am besten dieses Problem?
That Scharnhorst is a talker. Sorry. Oh, Starshot! Anytime you see something like a white flare blasting across the screen, That means somebody fired Star Shot to illuminate the enemy and improve chances of hitting her at night. Spotlights have more or less the same function if you have the range, though, of course, it's easy to target whoever's shining the light.
And that's how you swat a gnat!
I do love the sound of a good explosion.
Anyway, see how Boise, Pola, and Canarias all have their silhouettes outlined in white at the bottom of the screen? The Star Shot painted great big targets on them for the duration of this round of combat. Same for the Morganas at the top of the screen, happily enough.
You're my next target.
Que alguien eche un vistazo al sonar. Sencillamente, me niego a perder esta batalla.
And that's how you swat a gnat!
Schließlich bin ich die beste Schützin der ganzen Flotte.
Boom!
Let's go!
Schließlich bin ich die beste Schützin der ganzen Flotte.
Good shot!
Wie kümmern wir uns am besten um dieses Problem?
Right, there are the spotlights I mentioned. You all just had to get into range to use them. I just love torpedoes being put to good use. So now we see the spoils of victory. You were able to salvage 10 barrels of oil from the Morgana remains. Then we have an accounting of how much each belle learned from the battle, and how it affected various relationships. And unsurprisingly, Scharnhorst was named Most Valuable Player. I see we have baseball fans in the INPF. By the way, you probably noticed that that was about as perfect a success as you can get. That's actually a big part of why this particular mission was selected, because you just got so freakishly lucky. Way back in the very first round of combat, you scored a series of, let me just confirm, what we're calling critical hits. You destroyed both Morgana's guns at the very start, and so they really had nothing to do but go down under sustained fire. In literally months of field research, I've only seen this happen one other time. And that time it happened to a pair of bells, so please don't get complacent. But if you got a medal or anything, I hope you're enjoying it. With your permission, we're going to skip ahead a bit now. It's several hours later in the same day. You've just had an inconclusive encounter with the second Morgana fleet. You did a lot of damage, but had to withdraw. And now you're looking to do more damage from a distance. You've got one of your fleets moving in to engage with what's left of the enemy group, while the second causes a bit of mischief with an airstrike. Oh, by the way, you'd scouted that target node, and that girder icon above the Morgana on your map reveals that there's steel there waiting to be claimed. You won't see that pop up on your victory screen, since it isn't taken directly from a Morgana's smoldering hull, but if you seize the node, you can claim it all the same. Quick and to the point. We're watching this now at 4 times the default speed. Oh, depth charges. I don't know if you've seen this kind of thing before, but asphyxiation was still underwater. You can tell by the wavy lines over her silhouette above. She was underwater, but she started off too close to our British friends, who detected her and dropped depth charges. Didn't do a lot of damage, but the fleet got lucky and she was scared away. Submarines can be really skittish once they've been spotted. Unfortunately, in this case, that means you have to chase her down later. I almost feel like I should feel sorry for treason, but I don't. I mean, at all. Okay, treason's seriously on fire now. Speaking from personal experience, that can be worse in the long run than getting shot. You may know that intellectually, but trust me, it makes a much deeper impression when it actually happens to you. That's what, 3,000 points of fire damage? I repeat, fire's pretty lousy when it's happening to you. Again, in the interest of time, we're going to skip the victory screen and 20 or 30 seconds of chasing asphyxiation. You already have a pretty good sense of what both of those things look like. We will show you catching asphyxiation, though. So this time, she didn't start off close enough for depth charges, and she's underwater in the dark. You're both playing a waiting game, which is bad news for Hood. Once asphyxiation fires that torpedo, though, every belle in town has a pretty good sense of where she is. And that's it for her, and for the Morgana presence in the Bismarck Sea, and for your campaign. So you get one more victory screen and gloating rights for Scharnhorst as your flagship, though Hood gets MVP for that last battle. And I think that's basically it, Captain. Oh, hang on. Boise wanted me to remind you to check your bookcase. You don't have a lot of time to get into this now, but go ahead and click on the book that has Boise on the cover. So, this is the first of 25 chapters in the story of how you and Boise first learned to, not kill each other, I guess. You get to know each other a chapter at a time, with each chapter unlocked as you improve your relationship by sharing battles and whatnot. And then finally, you become friends, or you start brushing up against fraternization regulations, I guess. It's not really my place to comment. We really don't have any more time, Captain. Anyway, just give me a chance to get some paperwork cleared away and, well, maybe you can tell me what you've been up to. Just maybe try not to make me too jealous with your tales of adventure and daring do. Oh, but one more time, thank you for watching.